So this entire offseason, we've covered the Las Vegas Raiders ad nauseum, and obviously they're our AFC team, while the Vikings are in control of our top, will always be our top NFC team. So, I just felt like this entire offseason we've been really building up the Raiders, and rightfully so. I think they're a team with a lot of talent. They're a team that is going to be out there conquering the AFC West, potentially also the AFC. Also, I got to apologize. I know the family's clock. The family's clock is in the background. It's what I grew up with. I'm back home visiting family just for today, or yesterday and today. Heading back. Don't worry, you'll see the regular Sports Brief podcast logo backdrop coming up for these next couple of weeks. But yeah, we are back home just a little bit, covering the legislative a special legislative session in Pierre for my reporter job. But for this, the stuff that we love to do, don't get me wrong, love reporting, but this is where the love is at. You guys definitely know that. But I think at the end of the day, you got to be able to travel around. But we are getting way off track. The point of this whole video is, we made a video earlier in the year talking about how the time is now for the Las Vegas Raiders, or at least this is the Las Vegas Raiders time. I wanted to make another video as we got closer to free agency, because I gotta be honest. I'm a little worried. I'm not like panicking. I'm not like, hey, they haven't done anything in free agency yet, let's burn the castle down. I am on the nice medium spot here of, okay, I was really hoping they would bring in a starting right tackle. Obviously, I have voiced my opposition of Brandon Parker starting at right tackle. I think he's a backup. I've also said that Alex Leatherwood needs to play right guard because he is a mauler. He's going to be a stud on the inside. Maybe he can play tackle in the NFL. My question, though, is, and what the biggest thing I have said this entire time, is shoring up the rest of that defensive line. Or that offensive line, excuse me. The defensive line has been respectable, like we've talked about, Bilal Nichols and all of them. But I do think at the end of the day, we are in a position where we have to make sure that the Raiders, their time is now. We know that. But we have to make sure we also, if you are part of that franchise, if you're part of the Raiders fans, if you're part of the franchise, actual Raiders franchise, there needs to be something done about this, the shoring up this offensive line. I know we made a video shoring up the offensive line, but the general understanding of the bigger message to take away there is, the time is now for the Las Vegas Raiders. We know that. And I think an even bigger thing to take away is the fact that, hey, if the time is now, we need to go in either draft like or go ahead and trade like it's now. Here's what they did to kind of do that so far. Obviously, they brought in Devontae Adams. They traded for Chandler Jones. Fantastic stuff. Can't love it even more. Kyler Fackrell's going to bring stuff off the edge that nobody's seen in years. I love it. But on the other side of that spectrum is, you brought in a handful of guys, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, they can't stop here. They can't stop with the Devontae Adams. They can't stop anywhere else. They can't just stop in that one particular area. They have to make sure that they are also shoring up that offensive line, because the time is now. They cannot leave this offensive line. They cannot leave it in the spot as to where that it is right now. Obviously, Leatherwood's going to start. Colton Miller is set it and forget it. But other than that, I think you can make an argument that you can upgrade the remaining 3 or 4 spots. Well, 3 because of Leatherwood and Miller. But overall, the time is now for the Raiders. They've got the weaponry. I think if you just clean up the trenches a little bit more on both sides. I mean, the only thing I'm missing from the Raiders defensive line is just give me a guy that can take up double teams, please. Just that's all I need. That's all I need from this team, and man, they're scary. If you guys get that, I mean, I know Billings could definitely do that, but what is it? Andrew Billings, the former Baylor Bear, you gotta love it. But I just think they need that guy that can take up double teams, and they need that offensive line, that missing offensive line piece that can go ahead and make plays, because this is a big thing for the Raiders. They need to shore up the rest of that offensive line. If the time is now for the Raiders, they need to finish. Like, they already started collecting all these pieces. They already started getting Devontae Adams, Chandler Jones, by Nichols. Like, they did all that already. But if the time is now, they need to continue to make sure that they are trading and signing players. And I think that is going to come in the draft. Like I said, not freaking out, but I do think there needs to be an alarm bell that the fact they haven't brought in a guy like, who is it? I can't remember, Moses, who was with the Jets, or maybe even trading. I know I brought up Brian O'Neill from the Vikings as a joke, but I don't care. Go out and find a right tackle, whether that's through the draft. But the time is now for the Raiders, and especially as we get closer to the draft, I think the biggest message is here is, hey, The time is now. Draft like it and trade like it. They've done one of those things. They've traded like it, but it's about finishing it out as we head along here. And maybe can we just sign one right tackle that I would be like, okay, he doesn't need to be a Pro Bowler. Doesn't need to be a Pro Bowler, but I can't say Pro Bowler. I sound like Gru from Despicable Me all of a sudden. Doesn't need to be a Pro Bowler, but at the same time, Brandon Parker can't be our starting tackle heading into week 1. Also, Leatherwood, put him at a guard. He's going to maul people. That's just what the man's going to do. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome, and we love every single one of you. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. Give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and yeah, we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the time being now for the Las Vegas Raiders.